Hello everyone, welcome to this new session of electromagnetic fields and transmission lines. Myself Dr. Sohail Rana, and today we will discuss about cylindrical coordinate system. As you can see here, it's all about a system in space which is of a cylindrical shape. So like we have done in previous session, we imagined ourselves inside a classroom. Now in this session, I want you to imagine yourself inside this cylinder. So what we can do, we can imagine that there is a circular cylindrical hall in that you are attending this session. And we don't have flat walls, but we have a circular wall. So let us begin with the cylindrical coordinate system. So in previous discussion, we have seen a point P which was defined in Cartesian coordinate system, where we used three axes. One was vertical axis, that is Z axis. Second one, horizontal X axis, the line which is coming towards you. And third one is Y axis, which we imagine which is below the whiteboard or green board of your classroom. Now similarly, this classroom we have to imagine a cylindrical classroom. So for that I will try to help you to imagine the setup. Before that, let us discuss why we are doing all those things. We have considered one example where we have one source and one destination. Say our destination is mobile phone, our source is the mobile tower, and we have to study the electromagnetic fields between them. So there are different points which we have to define in space to identify how much field strength or intensity is applied from the source to the destination, so that we can calculate how much value of this signal strength we are receiving at different points in space. So this is what we have to do. So here we have three axes as we discussed previously. These three we will use as reference to understand. Now cylindrical coordinate system examples. Cylindrical shape, if you consider a wire, a conductor, and if you zoom it, what will be the shape of a conductor? It will be nothing but the shape of cylinder. If you zoom it, this single wire, if you zoom, this will be nothing but a cylindrical shape. So this is one example of this shape. Now we have to find out a point P in cylindrical coordinate system. So we need 3 points as usual. In Cartesian we used x, y and z. Now here we will use 3 components which are required, that first we will discuss. Suppose this is the cylindrical shape and there is someone sitting in this shape, cylindrical shape. Suppose there is point P which we want to locate. So how can we find out where is this point P located in a cylindrical system? So first thing what we can do, we can find out the distance from the reference Z axis. So this is vertical Z axis. So from Z axis we can try to find out the distance. That distance will term as the radius r. In few books it is also represented as rho. So either we can call it r or rho. For simplicity we will consider it as small r, that is our radius. So once we have radius, we can say that point P is at some radius 10 meters, 20 meters or 30 meters or any value. But at r equal to 10 meters, there will be so many values present on that circle. This is also r equal to 20, this will also be r equal to 20, this will also be r equal to 20, this will also be r equal to 20. But where is this point P exactly? So only r is not enough. Then what we can find out? Second, we will find out how much is the angle on which angle this point P is situated. So second parameter we'll consider is angle phi. Okay, there may be some angle phi, maybe 15 degrees, 20 degrees or 30 degrees. But at radius 10 and phi 15, there will be again several points available on this entire vertical line. So what will be the third point? So on this vertical line values are changing. Which point? Here also we have r equal to 10 and phi is equal to say 15. Here also we have r equal to 10, phi is equal to 15, but here the values of z are different. So third parameter we can find out to locate point P is height z. So what are our new coordinates now? For cylindrical coordinate system, we require radius r from z axis, how much far it is from z axis, then how much is the angle on complete circle. So what will be the limit for this phi? The limits will be 0 to 2 pi. Then third one is the height z. So when we know these 3 point locations, what will be the limits for z? It is same like Cartesian coordinate system. So it will be from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? Okay. And what will be the radius limits? It will be from 0 to infinity. So once we know these 3 points, we can locate any given point P in space in a cylindrical shape. That's what we have to do in this subject. So these are the 3 points what we have to use to represent point P to identify any object. This point may be our source, maybe a mobile phone or any other source where different forces are applied. So 3 constant planes. Previously we have discussed 3 constant planes. One was x constant plane, y constant plane and z constant plane for Cartesian coordinate system. In cylindrical coordinate system also there will be 3 constant planes. So we have 3 points r, phi and z. So there will be 3 constant planes. By intersecting these 3 points, by intersecting these 3 planes also we can find out the location of point P. So first one, if we say radius r constant, so it will be the outermost circle. It will be the outermost circle where all the point values of radius will be same. So if say this is r, rho or r is equal to 5. That means on this entire circle the value of r is same. That is nothing but 5. But other values are changing. Here angle is changing. Phi is continuously changing on this circle. Also there is different value of z. But what is constant? R is constant. So it is called as R constant plane, or another name for that is, what are other 2 parameters? Phi and z. So it will be phi z plane. So this is alternate name for R constant plane or phi z plane, because the values of phi and z are changing. Now here we have second one is, say this is also R constant plane and the limits for that are from 0 to infinity. This from another angle you can view the radius r. Then next, phi constant plane. Now if we consider one angle plane on which all the values should be constant. So let me take one setup, say this is our z constant plane, and if we consider small plane. So on z axis, suppose if I am keeping this plane here at some angle 0 and it is starting from this, so this angle will be keep on changing. This plane can rotate completely in a circular manner. So what will be the complete rotation? Complete rotation limits will be from 0 to 2 pi. But if we consider at one point, this plane making some angle, that will be constant for entire plane. Suppose if this is phi is equal to 45 degrees, for this entire plane phi will be equal to 45. So this will be considered as phi constant plane. So here if this phi value is phi is equal to 30 degrees. So on this entire plane, for this entire plane, phi will be constant, that value will be 30 degrees only. But other values will be changing. Here r is changing, here z is changing. So what may be the alternate name for phi constant plane? For phi constant plane, alternate name will be r dash z plane. This is the alternate name. So this is second constant plane. Now third constant plane. What is the third component? Third component is z. So third constant plane will be z constant plane, which will be similar to the Cartesian coordinate system. So when we talk about a cylinder, say we have one cylinder, what is there at the top and bottom? There is a simple plane with some height. Say this is the cylinder. Now this top plate means this plane. This plane is resembling to this plane. So here all the values of z are same. Suppose this height is 20 meters. So everywhere on this plane, the value of z will be same, 20 meters. But the angle will be changing and the radius will be changing. So this is z constant plane, or it can also be called as r dash phi plane, where values of r and phi are changing. So these are the three constant planes. Now we have to explore them mathematically. Constant is fine. So third one is z constant plane. This is similar like Cartesian coordinate system. Now if you resemble it with the structure of cylinder, say we'll have cylindrical structure like this, and this top part where there is a plane, that is the z constant plane. This part is nothing but it's like z constant plane. What is the meaning of z constant plane? All the values of z will be same. For example, if this height of z is 20 meters, that means on entire plane, on entire plate, the value will be 20. Here also height will be 20, here also height will be 20, here also height will be 20. But which values will be changing? Other two values will be changing. For example, here radius is changing. Here radius 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Similarly on this circle, the values of phi are changing, continuously changing from 0 to 2 pi. But values of z is constant. So it is called as z constant plane, or alternate name for this would be r dash phi plane, where values of r and phi are changing. So these are the three constant planes. Now what we have to focus? We have to focus on the mathematical expressions for these three constant planes, and we will compare it with the Cartesian coordinate system. So three planes, r constant plane, phi constant plane and z constant plane, can be used to represent a given point P in cylindrical space. So now if we focus on the differential mathematical analysis, now we have to imagine here. We have to imagine the small portion of a cylindrical system from where we will calculate differential elements. What should be our differential elements, differential surface and differential volume. So for that, you imagine a cylinder. From the cylinder, we are picking out small volume. So how we can do that from cylinder? Just imagine that we are taking out small portion, we'll cut out something like this, we will get with two curves. Again, if we further fine tune it and make small differential volume for mathematical purpose, we will get something like this. Now if we compare it with the volume of rectangular coordinate system, what is the change in rectangular coordinate system? These are straight lines, but here we don't have straight line because of the curves present on the cylindrical coordinate system. Due to that, there will be small variation in the mathematical equation here, so that we will see. So for representing this volume, so this differential volume, if we take out, we require some elements. So first one will be differential radius r, that will be as it is. We will call it as d rho or dr. So first element, differential element, will be dr. Second one will be d phi. Second one will be d phi. You can compare it with dx, dy, and third one we will get dz, that is as it is. But here for phi, we cannot write only phi, because along with angle d phi, we have to attach additional component of r due to this curvical path. So differential elements will be like dr, comma r, d phi, and third one is same, it is a flat surface for z, so it will be dz. So we will see it with another approach once again. Say here, we will compare it with the Cartesian coordinate system. Here all the flat surfaces are there. So here what we can write, their differential elements are simple to find out. They will have three axes. So for three axes, we will have differential elements in three directions. Say this will be differential z, differential x, and differential y, because straight lines are there. But for a cylindrical coordinate system, one will be curvical path. So for dr, no problem, that will get as it is. But for phi, for d phi, we have to add additional r, that will become dr. And there will be three directions for three coordinates. So that also we will discuss. Say now let us explore the mathematical expressions here. So we will compare it with Cartesian coordinate system. So here say this column we will use for Cartesian and another column we will use for cylindrical. So if we compare both of them, we can easily remember these terms. So first parameter, what we discussed in Cartesian, the points. There are 3 points, x, y and z. In cylindrical, what are the points? In cylindrical we have r, comma phi, comma z. What is the second parameter? Second parameter, the differential elements. For x, we have direct dx. For y, we have dy. And for z, we have dz. Similarly, for cylindrical coordinate system, for r, we have dr. For phi, we have to remember, it is not simply d phi, but it is r d phi, and third one is dz. These differential elements are very important to remember. Then third parameter, what we discussed, what we have to compare is the differential surface. So three constant planes will be there. So three constant surfaces we can calculate. First one is say dsx, then second one is dsy, and third one is dsz. So for dsx, x is constant, but other two volumes, other two elements are changing. So other than x, these two are changing. So what we can write, dsx is equal to product of dy dz. For dsy, another two values are changing, that is x and z. So what we can write, dsy is equal to dx dz. Third one is dsz. So other than z, these two are changing, that is nothing but dx dy, right? So these are three elements for differential surface. Similar manner for cylindrical, we can write third component for differential surface. So one will be the radius constant surface, dsr. How it will look? The outermost, this is outermost circle, that is r constant plane. dsr will be product of other than r. These two will be part of this equation. So what it will be? dsr equal to product of r d phi dz. What is another differential surface? Second one is ds phi. So it will be product of remaining two. So that will be equal to dr dz. Third one, dsz. dsz will be product of remaining two. So it will be product of dr and r d phi. First we will write r, then dr and d phi. If you want to write it in vector form, what we will do, we will put a bar on the head of this ds component, and we have to add the direction component along with them. So what will be direction for dsr? It will be ar cap. This again we will see in the 3D diagram. dr dz will have, this is phi constant, so direction is towards a phi cap. For dsz, direction is towards az cap. So these are differential surfaces. Next one, what we can compare is differential volume. So here fourth parameter, say we will write down equation for differential volume. Differential volume is product of all these three elements for Cartesian coordinate system. This is the volume. So differential volume will be dx, dy and dz. Similarly for cylindrical coordinate system, fourth parameter dv equal to, for cylindrical, it will be also product of these three elements. So what we will write, r dr d phi dz. So this volume, again we can define for differential length. What is differential length? Differential length is addition of these three elements. So what we can write there, fifth one we can write for differential length, say dl bar, addition of these three, dx magnitude, its direction is ax cap, plus dy magnitude, its direction is ay cap, plus dz magnitude, its direction is az cap. In similar way, we can write for the cylindrical coordinate system, say it will be fifth one dl bar equal to addition of these three. First one dr, its direction ar cap, plus r d phi, its direction a phi cap, plus dz, its direction az cap. So this is comparison summary of cylindrical and Cartesian. Now we'll explore same thing using some 3D diagrams in brief. So here we can see once again why additional r is there in r d phi equation. So if we compare it with Cartesian, we have all straight lines, no curves. But for a volume taken out of cylinder, we get some shape like this. So for this shape, we have additional curves. So that additional curve will give the additional r component for phi term. So here we have to write three components with three directions. So first direction, say, I will change it. Here we need to change this direction. So just I will correct it. Here this is going up, so it should be which direction? It should be z direction, and it is coming out of radius. So what should be this one? This one should be dsr, where radius is constant. So here I will write it small r. So this is small r, dsr. So now if we will see this in expanded form, this diagram. This is very useful diagram, you have to imagine it. So this is Cartesian coordinate system. These are volume, this direction going up in z. So this surface is dsz. What is equation for dsz? Product of another two are, first is dr, second one is r d phi. So r dr d phi. Then this direction is dsr. It is product of another two, that is r d phi and dz. This is ds phi, angle for these two angles. Here you can see the angle, differential angle. So it is also product of another two. So this is how we get the volume of cylindrical coordinate system. So unit lengths we have dr, r, d phi and dz. Here you can see what are the elements. This height is differential z, dz. If we zoom this part, so in this part we can see this height, differential height is height dz, and this is distance from z axis. That difference is dr. dr will look like this, will be differential r. And the third one is r d phi. Sorry, r d phi is this angle, the curvical path, that will give us the r d phi component. So this is all about cylindrical coordinate system. I hope the session was interesting and you understood it. Next session we will study about spherical coordinate system, and also we will compare all together Cartesian, cylindrical and spherical coordinate system. So have a good day. Thank you.